Okay, well, we're waiting on her SP to regen, and while we're still leveling up...
Zelda timeline? Do not make me laugh. Let me introduce you to the Shin Megami Tensei multiverse. Hello everyone, my name is Abinable, and a fellow Megami Ronka. See what I did there? Megami as in goddess for Megami Tensei, and Ronka means theorist? See the connection? Well, enough with the names. Let us begin with the Shin Megami Tensei multiverse. If there's anything that the community can agree on, is that the Shin Megami Tensei multiverse is complicated. Why? Initially, it was not so bad, but after some time-traveling shenanigans from a certain individual, we have what we call a split universe with a different outcome of what happened in the multiverse. Allow me to begin with the first games the series starts out with, Digital Devil's story, Megami Tensei. The whole franchise began with these two games based off novels created by Aya Nishitani. After these two games, we are introduced with Shin Megami Tensei. If anybody knows a little bit of Japanese, the Shin in Shin Megami Tensei translates to new. The first two games based off Nishitani's novels are the only Megami Tensei games, meaning Shin Megami Tensei is new, but new in what sense? I will explain soon enough. Let's describe why Megami Tensei. What does it stand for? Megami Tensei is translated to be reincarnation of the goddess or goddess reincarnation. However, what and which goddess is being reincarnated? This ties back to the Megami Tensei series, which involves the heroine of the series, Yumiko Shirasagi. She is known to be the reincarnation of Izanami and...
Actually, hold on. There's a better video on that. Hang on. Shin Megami Tensei timeline. Myth Grand Brand as
another one of God's ordeals. Hello, my wonderful fiends. It is I, Ratupi, from Ratupi's Game Room, and today we are doing our first video celebrating the 25th anniversary of one of my favorite franchises, Shin Megami Tensei, and the 30th anniversary of the beginning of it all, Megami Tensei.
Sorry.
To celebrate such an occasion, I prepared a niche, yet important piece of information, which is none other than the continuity of the whole franchise or the Megami Tensei timeline. Now, this might be a point of contempt for many fans of the franchise, considering that there are plenty of games in the franchise that don't have any connections to the established canon in any way. Also, it's quite clear that each Megami Tensei sub-series and individual games within that sub-series are more often than not built as a standalone piece and not meant to connect to any of the games at all, but that won't stop me from trying to connect as many as I possibly can.
Here it comes.
Some of my ideas might be also a little far-fetched, so let me remind you that this is all just speculation on my part based off the way I've decided to interpret these games and therefore shouldn't be considered canon in any way, at least unless the creators decide to confirm any of my ideas and such. And if you disagree, at least I hope this video proves to be entertaining to you all. One last thing I should mention before we start is this video will flow in a similar manner to that of my other retrospectives. So even when things get a bit confusing, you should be able to get a general idea of what's going on. Now my theory is that all these games are connected by the concepts introduced in Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne, which makes it possible for all these games in the Megaton franchise to be connected. This is called the Amala universe and is explained in-game to Nocturne as follows. In the vast Amala universe, this vortex world is not the only place where creation occurs. Katsubushi rises, matures, and falls in countless other places. There are millions, no, billions of other worlds that you are unaware of, and they all experience the cycle of death and rebirth. This is the way of the Amala as determined by the Great Drift. In case you didn't understand that, let's clarify for a minute. The Amala universe is a series of interconnected universes which experience a cycle of death and rebirth, which creates a new universe as the old universes die. All of these universes are connected through what we call the Amala network, which almost works like a computer network of sorts. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, let me show you this diagram which summarizes each of the game's placement in the timeline without getting into specifics. The black lines mean a direct connection between the two games, while the red lines mean a new universe is created, which could mean that an event in the previous story causes a new universe, but within the same continuity as the previous story, if you know what I mean. And finally, there's the green lines which represent a new timeline altogether, which means that certain events are prevented or erased altogether, and creates the start of a new timeline/universe which diverges from what could have been, and erases that continuity. Alright, now with all that out of the way, I will warn you there is a ton of spoilers for various Megami Tensei games in this video. Don't worry, I won't spoil Persona 5, because I barely into that game, and I assure you it doesn't really have too much to do with the universe, so I probably won't even touch on it, but that's fine. So the only games that will really be spoiled here is any game that anything like the story game, so you have to do it. But anyway, without further ado, let us start at the beginning of this timeline, the game/novel that started it all, Digital Devil Story Megami Tensei, which introduces us to the reincarnation of the Shinto god Izanagi, who is Nakajima. Nakajima is a master programmer in his high school years. When he starts to have some premonitions about his past life and things to come, he's persuaded into making the demon summoning program by the evil Loki from Norse mythology, as a means to get revenge on the people who bullied him in high school, which ends up making more trouble than it's worth. When Loki sacrifices all of these people and snatches Nakajima's crush, who is also the reincarnation of Izanami, Nakajima then sets off to fix what he did wrong, with his favorite demonic pooch, Cerberus. He's successful and ends up saving his goddess of a girlfriend, which leads us into the Digital Devil Story video game that takes place a while after the original novel and tells a side story involving Loki. Fast forward a few years and the world is destroyed by ICBM nukes. After the apocalypse, our main character and his friend were playing a video game called Devil Busters, and when they confront a demon called Pazuzu, he pinky promises that he's not evil and he's just a messenger of Yahweh. So without a second thought, they unseal him and grant him the ability of the demon summoning program. Oh, and wouldn't you know it, Pazuzu is a lying piece of shit, and after a ton of shenanigans, our heroes either end up helping Lucifer or siding with Yahweh. Lucifer becomes a total bro and helps humanity rebuild Tokyo with the help of demons, while if you side with Yahweh, humanity's basically fucked. All in all, events in this game aren't really all that important except for the introduction of the Expanse, or Makai, which is a realm in the Megami Tensei universe which really helps connect all the games together, for it is the home of the demons and has sort of a connection with the entire network. Now the game and the timeline where it starts to get a little bit complicated. Shin Megami Tensei, or True Goddess Reincarnation. This game was the revival of the Megami Tensei franchise, and was not in any way, shape, or form supposed to be a sequel to Megami Tensei 1 or 2, however that wouldn't be fun if there was no speculation. Now there is one key piece of evidence that could perhaps link the Megami Tensei games to Shin Megami. It's a little nod in the PlayStation and Game Boy Advance versions of the game which says that your puppy Pascal turns out to be Cerberus, who is given to you by none other than Mr. Nakajima, the protagonist of Megami Tensei. But a simple nod to the original isn't enough to establish a link between these games, so how would SMT1 and other games get connected to the Megami Tensei timeline? Well, either a new universe was created between the events of Megami Tensei and SMT1, or SMT1 is an alternate reality that replaces Megami Tensei 2 as the sequel to Megami Tensei 1. Either possibility is possible here, but I tend to lean towards the latter, because similar events do happen between Megami Tensei 2 and SMT 1. So similar, in fact, that if we were to analyze it as a connection, it'd be the most feasible explanation. However, it doesn't explain why Steven in SMT1 created the demon summoning program when Nakajima clearly was the one to do it in Megami Tensei 1. Maybe Steven is Nakajima, or maybe they worked on the teleportation project together, where even if these games have no connection, we can always discard the earlier games and move on to SMT timelines proper. Anyway, SMT happens when nukes are dropped by America on Japan by Thor, who is sent by God. But before you are obliterated, you are sent to the Diamond Realm, and then the future, with yourself, the Law, and Chaos Heroes. Trust me, it makes more sense in context. After the main character defeats his friends in the neutral ending, he's seen as a messiah of humanity. Fast forward a few years later and you have Shin Megami Tensei 2, which takes place after the events of Shin Megami Tensei 1.
Here it comes!
In this game, a synthetic Jesus is made which makes Yahweh, or God, look his shit because he didn't make that person. Trust me, it makes sense in context. This human turns out to be Ayla, who eventually reaches and beats the shit out of him with his bare hands, which again, makes sense in context. This makes Yahweh angry and makes Ayla face eternal reincarnation and suffering, regardless if this world ends or not. After Yahweh is defeated, he is shattered, and Aleph realizes that he doesn't give a fuck and just poofs. Now this is the diverging point where many different universes or timelines can happen. This is where we seriously start grasping at straws, but hear me out. After Shin Megami Tensei 2, a conception-like event happens where a messiah did or did not show up that led to the world to be remade, which creates a split in the timeline. First, we're going to stick with the mainline series. Let's say that after this event, the world is recreated to be the way it was before the nukes dropped in SMT1, which leads us into Shin Megami Tensei 3, Nocturne. In this game, another conception happens, and it's up to the main character to ultimately decide the fate of the world. Any ending can really go with this one, like the True Demon ending, in which the MC becomes, well, a true demon, and goes to eliminate the missing remnants of Yahweh. Another relevant ending is the one where he recreates the world to be the way it was before. Then, at around the same time as the events of Nocturne, the Digital Devil Saga franchise takes place, evidenced by the similarity between the Vortex world and the real world from DDS, and the presence of the
Give me
demi
just a
team
moment. I
Nocturne.
gotta use the restroom.